In the few minutes it takes to watch this, millions of cyber attacks will be launched. It is a constant, invisible war being fought every single second. So today, we're going to go behind the front lines. We're going to see how the defenders are fighting back and how artificial intelligence is completely rewriting the rules of the game. So let's start with a really important question. We like to think of cybersecurity pros as our digital guardians, right? The ones on the wall. But what happens when those guardians are so swamped, so overwhelmed, that they're the ones who need to call for backup? And that question gets right to the heart of the crisis in cybersecurity today. Because the reality is, a lot of them are calling for backup. They're drowning. Not necessarily from super complex, one-of-a-kind attacks, but from a constant, crushing tidal wave of security alerts. Now, the command center in this war is called the Security Operations Center, or the SOC. Think of it like an air traffic control tower for a company's entire digital world. You've got analysts watching everything happening on the network 24/7, just looking for any sign of trouble. But here's the problem. That control tower is being absolutely swamped. According to a recent survey, a staggering 51% of these security teams say they feel completely overwhelmed by the sheer number of alerts they get every day. That's more than half of all the people defending our networks. This nonstop flood of information leads to a really dangerous condition called alert fatigue. Imagine hearing a smoke alarm go off every 10 seconds. At some point, you just start tuning it out. That's what's happening here. Analysts are spending a quarter of their time chasing down false alarms. It's leading to massive burnout. We're talking nearly 2/3 of them. And the terrifying result of all this, real threats, they get missed. And the ironic part is that the main source of this problem is a tool that's actually supposed to help them. It's called a SIEM. Its job is to pull in all the security data from everywhere to give them visibility. But in doing that, it becomes the very engine that creates the overwhelming noise that causes the fatigue in the first place. So, faced with this flood, the defenders realized they needed a new kind of weapon. And that brings us to the first big evolution in this arms race: fighting back with automation. This new weapon is called SOAR. The easiest way to think of SOAR is like a master conductor for an orchestra of security tools. It connects everything together and lets teams build these automated workflows or playbooks that handle all the boring, repetitive tasks, freeing up the human experts to do the important stuff. So let's see how that works. Okay, an alert about a potential phishing email comes in. In the old days, a human would have to stop what they're doing and manually check everything. But now, a SOAR playbook just kicks in instantly. It pulls out the suspicious links and files, checks them against global threat databases, and if it finds something malicious, boom, it automatically quarantines the computer and creates a ticket, all on its own. And the impact of this is just huge. A task that used to take a human analyst hours of painstaking work is now finished in a matter of minutes. This isn't just a small improvement, it's a total game changer for response time. But of course, the arms race didn't stop there. As the attackers got smarter, the defenders realized they needed more than just raw speed. They needed intelligence. And this is where AI enters the fight, not to replace the humans, but to become their partner. Which, brings up a pretty good question. Automation is incredibly fast, but it's not actually smart, right? It's just following a pre-written script. It has no idea how to handle a brand new, complex attack that requires creativity and intuition. In this fight, just being faster isn't always smarter. And that's where this idea of human-AI collaboration really shines. Instead of just automating a task, the AI acts as a co-pilot for the human analyst. It'll sift through thousands of alerts, add crucial context, prioritize what's actually dangerous, and even summarize a complex incident in plain English. This lets the human experts focus their brainpower on what they do best, hunting for the really advanced hidden threats. And the numbers prove that this approach just flat out works. Check this out. One case study found that putting an AI co-pilot in the mix cut false positives in half. It reduced investigation time by 2/3, and the average time it took to actually shut down a threat, it plummeted from 8 hours down to just 90 minutes. Those are absolutely transformative numbers. And this really gets to the core of it, right? The secret sauce isn't just automation, and it isn't just human expertise. It's the powerful combination of the two. It's about blending the raw speed of the machine with the brilliant intuition of the human. So, where does this cyber arms race go next? Well, the next great leap is already starting to happen. We're moving from AI as a co-pilot to AI as an autonomous agent that can act on its own out there on the digital battlefield. The key piece of tech making this possible is something called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. It's basically a new universal language that lets AI agents find and use other digital tools and services all by themselves, without needing a human developer to write custom code for every single connection. Honestly, the best way to wrap your head around it is to think of it as USB-C, but for AI. You know how you can plug almost anything into a USB-C port and it just works? MCP aims to do the same thing for AI agents and software tools. It's a universal plug-and-play standard. But, as you can imagine, giving an AI this much autonomy is a classic double-edged sword. The upside is incredible: AI agents that can build their own security workflows on the fly. But the risk is a whole new category of threats we've never seen before. Things like malicious tools pretending to be legitimate, or AI agents finding ways to escape their digital cages. And this brings us right back to where we started. We began by building tools to help humans. Now we're on the verge of building autonomous agents to act on their own behalf. So as the AI defending our networks becomes more and more powerful, we have to ask ourselves one final crucial question: who exactly is securing whom?